You'll be familiar with the phrase fiddling while Rome burns, for that was the action of Emperor Nero. Many people have made the comparison between the collapse of the Roman Empire and where the American Empire, which has abandoned the American people that truly make America great, in favor of the service of institutions and globalist interests that seem determined to enslave entire populations. I wonder if we will come to look at the Met Ball as a kind of let them eat cake gala, a kind of celebration of gaudiness and opulence, perhaps at a time when we should be more reflective, as the world is set adrift and alight by war. Why is it that these kind of celebrations take place? Now, remember, I've been a participant in the world of celebrity and Hollywood, and you have to examine all of the potential motivations for your condemnation of such a garish event. Jealousy, FOMO, all of those kind of things. What would it be to be one of the beautiful people? Wouldn't you like to be like them? But when you strip away all of that complexity and look at these bizarre galas, isn't there something calling from within you? Some loud voice within, some melody without that's telling you that this ain't quite right.
The Met Gala went off without a hitch, with the biggest stars wearing some eye-popping gowns that fit this year's fairy tale garden theme. One star's dress was actually made of sand, and it was so heavy she had to be lifted up the staircase to get into the event.
It's weird to have a fairy garden gala theme, I feel, when a $95 billion aid package has just been passed to perpetuate war and violence across the world that you are paying for. So it's not just that there is opulence, it's not just that there is economic disparity, it's not just there's a widening gap between elites and ordinary people. That's an issue, of course, but it's just that part of the ongoing impoverishment of ordinary people is the heavy taxation and funding of military misadventure around the globe that I'm beginning to sense the vast majority of people do not support morally, even if they're forced to support it financially.
Cardi B stole the show in one epic train. A team of 8 ushers was brought in to manage the ruffled, billowing gown. And Zendaya made not one, but 2 red carpet arrivals. She made her first appearance in a dress adorned with fruit and birds.
Fruit and birds. We got a dress adorned with fruit and birds. Look, I have a personal experience of this. One time I went to, I think it was Uganda. I visited these dumps and they were haunted by marabou storks and mad cattle chomping on the cud of poverty. Children there sought out objects amidst the drift of waste. They say this place was the cradle of civilization, where humankind first came from. Within a week, because I lived a giddy celebrity lifestyle then, I was at a Parisian fashion show, John Galliano's to be precise, and watching the extraordinary opulence, it jarred me to feel that in a single week I could experience such poverty and such opulence. I'm in no position to make a moral judgment of anybody, and it isn't a moral argument that I'm presenting to you, it's an existential one. Does this seem somehow bizarre, berserk, macabre, odd, peculiar, broken? Hunger Games? Anyone? Do you not feel a haunting? Do you not feel phantoms are among us, that the culture is running out of ideas? Do you not think it when you see Joe Biden and when you're told that Joe Biden's speeches are going to be short now? When you remember the echoes of JFK, that the deep state will subvert democracy? When you learn how George Soros made his billions with inside information? When you see politicians and lawmakers roll the dice, surely profiting on inside information? When you see escalating wars across the world, knowing that you're funding them, do you not feel that we are approaching some pivotal moment? When you learn that in Ukraine they are piloting schemes that attach your bank balance to your voting capacity and your digital identity, that this is coming to you, that around the world they are piloting legislation, biotechnologies, social credit score systems, that they await only now the appropriate disaster in order to legitimize further authoritarianism. perfectionism. And when you feel all of this, when you sense all of this, when you hear a voice calling from deep within you and you turn on your TV set and this is what you're invited to marvel at the center of your culture, do you not feel deep within yourself that something is dreadfully wrong?
Then, 2 hours later, she returned to the carpet in a black gown by John Galliano, designed in 1996, the year she was born. She wore a headpiece of roses.
Thank God for our commercial partners. They make our life better, and particularly in the case of True Lean's Everyday Wellness, which is an all-natural 9-in-1 powder that boosts immune health, reduces inflammation, promotes gut health, including vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, zinc, turmeric, and echinacea, is a potion of pure wonder. Everyday wellness, backed by science, inspired by Mother Nature herself. All you got to do is stir these sachets into water and enjoy. Unless you've got one of these glorious big bags. Look, this is like the parent. There it's sort of like cells that are within it. There it's infants, it's tadpoles, as it were. Control your health without prescription. Take that, Big Pharma. I'm feeling better already, and I can just feel Pfizer's stock price plummeting. Spicy citrus tastes like sipping on sunshine. Let me have a sip of that sunshine. The inner light of the Lord is shining from within me. You can visit truelean.com, code BRAND25 for 25% off. Use the code BRAND25, get 25% off. They'll know we work. I tell you what it feels like. It's spicy. It gives you a zing. It's life itself. Now, I'm sorry, my brothers and sisters, my aunts and uncles in Europe, this is only available in the United States of America. If you get some of this, if you don't feel the benefit within 30 days, Truelean will buy it back from you. Even if the bag's empty, you can send them this empty bag. You could even put something in there. I don't know, a stool, a rabbit's paw. They'll give you your money back. That's how confident they are in this product. Try everyday wellness for yourself today. You deserve it. Truelean.com. Use the code BRAND25 for 25% off. Let them know I sent you. It works well for us. God, this stuff's delicious. I can't get enough of it, but then I have an addictive personality. Let's get back to the content.
Nicole Kidman's gown was a remake of a 1951 Balenciaga that she fell in love with after seeing it in a photo.
I saw it in a photo. That's not additional information, is it? Where did you see it? I saw it in the reflection of a refrigerator door. I saw it in a puddle. I saw a gloved hand emerging from a lake, and in it was an image of this dress. Now, please let me reiterate that I'm in no position to condemn the individuals that participate in these spectacles and festivals, having been to them myself. Is it that the scales have fallen from my eyes? Did you always know? Have you always known that this is some extraordinary spectacle, some mad totem pole at the heart of a berserk culture that we need to avert our eyes from or somehow topple?
The Kardashian sisters were there. Kim wore a dress with a silver metal skirt covered in flowers and twigs.
Flowers, twigs, fruit, flowers. We got it from a photograph. Meanwhile, there's the spectacle of extraordinary military activity all around the world, funded by you. Meanwhile, farmers are being divorced and almost dragged from their land financially or literally. Government programs to make forced acquisitions. Meanwhile, seeds are being patented. Food is being centralized. Lab meats are being endorsed by some of the world's most powerful figures. I'm talking specifically about Bill Gates. We'll cover that story elsewhere. When ludicrous, bizarre events like, remember that Willy Wonka event in Scotland that everyone said was like crap? Well, they created a version of it. That was itself a parody of an event, and then they parodied that parody. When is the ridicule, the ludicrousness, the bizarre pastiche gonna end? Oh, no, well, oh my God. I thought I was pulling up something about Willy Wonka, and it's Israel invades Rafah despite Hamas ceasefire agreement. No, but hold on a minute. Remember, Kim Kardashian's dress has got twigs on it and mouses. There's photographs of mouses' faces on it. LA recreates Glasgow's Willy Wonka disaster, sad Oompa Loompa included. This is an interesting philosophical perspective where pastiche, parody, and reiteration of cultural ideas has gone beyond the parodic. Something that was a ridiculous attempt to create something is in itself being imitated. Endless silkscreen imprints as if from some godless Warhol. Endless images of meaningless celebrity. You scroll down your feed and you see children are being blown up. This is $100,000 dress. It took 10 years to put it on. Jeffrey Epstein managed to kill himself. All the footage is gone. George Soros is a billionaire. And you're invited to remain compliant throughout it. No wonder people are turning to Christ. No wonder people are awakening. No wonder people are becoming uncooperative, because this is an astonishing spectacle to participate in. And in the middle of it, you have the peculiar figure of Kamala Harris, who somehow seems to have a foot in both camps. Kamala Harris was asked about Hamas's potential ceasefire while Israel have invaded Rafah in the midst of all of this gala and spectacular. What do you say, Kamala? You're not at the gala. What I like is Kamala's attempt to sort of normalize herself and to behave like this is just another day in the projects. It's amazing. Have a look at this.
Madam Vice President, Hamas says it accepted a ceasefire deal. Hamas says it accepted a ceasefire deal. Your reaction?
What are your thoughts on Hamas accepting a ceasefire deal?
Okay. Grits and shrimp.
Says it accepted a ceasefire.
Grits and shrimp. That's it. It's grits and shrimp. Grits and shrimp is not the answer to everything, Kamala. Folksy homespun recipe chit-chat ain't gonna be enough as Rome burns and crumbles. So what do we learn by looking at the spectacular Met Gala while all around us the fire and brimstone seems to be observable and evident? Well, I believe what we learn from it is the center cannot hold, that the world is falling apart, and that we must arise and fast. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments and the chat. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.